I want to welcome you back to Black Site. Tonight, we're going to talk about Pete Buttigieg comments that African American families don't value education. I can expect this from Mayor Buttigieg, who runs South Bend, Indiana, who has serious racial problems with his police department, who have been violating black people under his administration. He has come out several times trying to apologize for the conditions within his community. If you know, South Bend, Indiana is where the University of Notre Dame is located. So those problems that Mr. Buttigieg had carried over to what he thought about the African American family and the values in education. He was called out by the Root, and the Root has called him a lying MF. Mr. Buttigieg continues to go on this tour where he apologizing and he thinks everybody should feel sorry for him. Mr. Buttigieg has proven over the years to show racial distrust for the African American community. And he made an ominous comment that really got under my skin. He said he can empathize with African Americans because he happens to be gay. That is one of the biggest insults that I have ever heard when it comes to the African American community. Do never, ever equate your gayness with our blackness in the struggle of the ADOS and foundational black community. But Mr. Buttigieg keeps going on and on since he's ascending in the Democrat Party race for President of the United States. I think he's now number 2nd in polling. I think he's 1st in Iowa right now. But he virtually has no black support. Why should he? The way he has treated our people in South Bend, Indiana. You talking about someone worse than Donald Trump? You looking at him. And he seems to be beloved by a certain group within the Democrat Party that we must accept Pete Buttigieg. That would never happen. We got Clan Joe. We got Pistol Pete, who comes at you with a smile on his face, but as soon as he turns his back, he's violating our rights. He's talking about us like we lower than dogs. And he expects that if he gets the Democrat nomination, that we will automatically fall in line and vote for him. You have seen the protests in South Bend, Indiana, within their common council when Pete Buttigieg was there. And the people in South Bend, Indiana, who happen to be ADOS and foundational blacks, can tell you how bad Pete Buttigieg has been to our community. Now, many of you may not know, but there's some stone cold gay racists out there, and he happens to be one of them. He has shown no empathy, but he tries to pull that nonsense during debates and when he's on TV. But your actions speak louder than words, Pistol Pete. And what he has shown throughout his career is that we are being violated while he's being reelected. So whatever he's doing to the ADOS and foundational black community, the people in South Bend, Indiana re-elects him and applauds him for doing his injustices on our community. When this tape was revived by the Roots, this truly shows you how Pistol Pete feels about us. He does not like our community, but he sees it as a convenience to always apologize, to always say, I can empathize with you because I happen to be gay. Hell no, you can't, because you didn't go through 400 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, redlining, racial wealth gap. Don't nobody know who the hell you are unless you tell them. You ain't nothing but a white man. Don't nobody know your flavor of ice cream unless you tell them. But we have to understand this, that people like Pistol Pete have to be done away with. We cannot settle for the Pistol Petes, the Joe Bidens, who gave us the worst crime bill in the history of this country. Because we have this fear of a man who we know right now is Donald J. Trump. But sometime you can be getting somebody worse. We thought Bill Clinton was our friend. We called him the first black president. He played the saxophone. He ate chicken, but he signed that damn crime bill. He signed that Telecommunications Act in 1996, which brought all the large companies, which they can buy up all the small media companies, and now you have conglomerates like Disney, Comcast, Viacom. They end up hurting us more, destroying us more than any other administration in America. And we're not going to get another one. Not Pete, not Pistol Pete. Not this guy who does not like black people. Because if he really did, he would have solved the racial problems within South Bend, Indiana, while he is mayor. All of a sudden, he feels our empathy because he knows he needs our votes. He can't win this nomination without us. It's not gonna happen. So he's calling around, seeing who he can apologize to. Al Sharpton, the young man at the Root. Who else is he gonna call? And maybe he can get some street cred and get some votes out of our community. That's not gonna happen. Pistol Pete has to go. Pistol Pete is gonna fall in the line of Kamala Harris, Uncle Joe, and you too, Pistol Pete. Because we sick of this nonsense coming out of the Democrat Party. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.